What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mortal74. I am Mortal, and I'm here with another video. This will be the first in a series of Beat the Game reviews. So these are just my quick thoughts of games that I recently beat, given my initial impressions. I'm on my way to the gym today, so excited to train some arms. The guns can never be big enough. So I'm gonna do this a little bit quick. Game I recently beat, game that many people have recently beaten, is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, I'm one of the few that got this on the Wii U. Most people got it on the Nintendo Switch as a launch title, but I did not have a Switch. I didn't want to spend the money on a Switch initially. Hold on one sec. And but I already have a Wii U. I'm actually a big collector on the Wii U. I almost have finished what I want to have for my Wii U collection. Most of it's right here, actually. I do have a few more someplace else over there. But Zelda Breath of the Wild. So what can I say that hasn't already been said? This game here is one of the most amazing and probably will be considered one of the most influential games in history. I put it in the class of games like Super Mario Brothers, Doom, Super Mario 64, Grand Theft Auto 3, games that really define or change all expectations of what games are supposed to be. What makes this game what it is the exploration. You can climb it. You can go anywhere and you can climb anything. So there are many games before it that are open sandbox games that seems to be the popular genre nowadays, just like the first-person shooter was the genre of the last generation, and with the NES, Super NES, the 2D platformer was the genre to make and play and all that stuff. But in this one, in Zelda, you can climb everything. Anything you can see, you can climb. Where usually you would have like an invisible wall or some kind of barrier that would stop you because the developers of the game didn't want you to go that far, didn't want you to go to that place, or they're trying to get you to go to certain areas and do things in a certain way, and that's all out the window in this game. It is quite amazing. It starts out pretty hard because you don't have all your materials, you're not that upgraded, all that stuff. But if you spend enough time playing the game and getting the hearts and doing the shrines and the beasts and all this stuff, you can get pretty strong, and then the end of the game is actually kind of easy because you've done so much. But the point of the game is you can do as much or as least as you want to do. You can go to the boss like right away and try and fight Ganon with almost nothing, which would make the game very difficult. But if you get if you free the 4 divine beasts that are in the game, 4 kind of bosses, if you will, that helps you beat Ganon easier and quicker and all this stuff. And so the game is amazing. It's fantastic. It looks great. I don't get the comparisons between the Wii U and the Switch. The whole frame rate thing wasn't an issue for me. Didn't care. Played fine. Played great. The characters all over the world that you meet are charming. They have a ton of personality. It's funny. The game is funny. Comically, there are a lot of characters in the world, not just a few, who flirt with Link, and it's pretty hilarious. So that's always interesting to see. Who's got the hots for Link. in any given town or anywhere you go, because it happens a lot actually, and it's usually like under the, it's like secretive. It's not like blatant kind of stuff, and I don't know. It's funny. Couple things to note on the negative side, just slightly. This Zelda game, I've played many Zelda games, but not all of them. I'm not a die-hard Zelda fan. I don't play every single one that comes out, but I have played a lot of them. And this game throws out many of the common, tried and true formula, aspects of previous Zelda games, and you might be missing those. So, like the dungeons, there really aren't any dungeons in this game, and that's kind of the main trope in Zelda games are the dungeons, and that's always a good feeling in those games, finding this big dungeon. You go in, you have to beat it, you have to solve the puzzles, and there's a big boss at the end and all this stuff, and use a specific item or weapon to complete that dungeon. That's all gone. So, but I don't think it would have worked with the go anywhere, do anything at any time kind of formula of this game, because you would have needed specific items for the dungeons. Weapons break, which was very unusual when I first started playing this game, because that's not really happened before in a Zelda game, except for a few like obscure weapons that you could get in some games, but most of your weapons stay with you forever. But in this one, they break, and they break often. It's kind of frustrating, it's kind of annoying, but it does serve a positive purpose. It does create more strategy as to, having a diverse set of weapons at any given time that can help you in specific situations and enemies and things like that. I do wish that there were a couple weapons or that were permanent, that didn't break, or that there was a way that you could upgrade a weapon so that one or those two didn't break. I think that would have made it a little bit better, but nevertheless, that is a characteristic of this game, and it is still fantastic. Another thing for me to say about the game, this review is starting to get long-winded in the first place, but I usually stay away from big games, big, long games, and this game takes you well over 100 hours to get what you want to get out of it, and you could even play it for longer, for over 200 or over 300 hours if you wanted to. Now, I'm not a completionist, so I did not 100% complete this game, and I don't think I ever will, because it is just way too vast and way too big. I usually stay away from bigger games like this because, as an adult and as, I have other responsibilities and work and things I have to do that I don't have that much time to play massive games like that. And then especially as an athlete, and when I was a professional wrestler, bodybuilder, like all this stuff takes time that, there's only so many hours in the day and so many hours in the week, and I have to do other things. So it's rare that I play a game this big, and I'm usually intimidated by too many options and too many things to do and all this stuff, and I want the game to kind of be a little more linear, or at least have some kind of linear aspect to it, so that I'm not guessing or wandering, and I can just kind of be told what to do in a little way, and it makes it easier with the time that I have to complete more games and have more diverse experiences gaming than to spend 200 hours on a single game over months and months and months. Then I'm only getting one experience. But I wouldn't apply all those things to this game. This, I mean, it does take all that time, and it is the antithesis of everything I just said. But somehow, you feel like you can do nothing in this game for 2 hours and feel like you did a lot. Like, it's amazing. And I was completely satisfied with every time I played the game. You can do as little or as much as you want, and it scales to that desire. And I'm really glad that I did jump into this game. It is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Again, if you have the Wii U, you don't need a Switch. It's the same exact game. So look for this on the Wii U. It's fantastic. That's it for this Beat the Game review. I'm going to go to the gym with my girlfriend here, Miley Castrillon, who's filming. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I am doing multiple videos a week. I would love to have you along for the ride, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.